Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lipi Astika and I am from 8th group. In this video, we will talk about the result of review novel book, and we choose the novel book with the title Pride and Prejudice. Okay, the first is the author. The author in this book is Jane Austen, and the second is setting. The setting, there are two setting, time and place. The time is everyday, winter, spring, 17th and 18th centuries. Okay, next the place. There are several places, namely Langbourne, Pemberley, Netherfield, Hertfordshire, Rosings, Lucas Lodge, London, Kent, Hansford, Great Church Street, Merton, Brighton, and Derbyshire. Okay, next the third is plot. The news that a wealthy young gentleman named Charles Bingley has rented the manor of Netherfield Park. The Bennets have 5 unmarried daughters, from oldest to youngest: Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, Katie, and Lydia. After Mr. Bennet pays a visit social to Mr. Bingley, the Bennets attend a ball at which Mr. Bingley is present. He is taken with Jane and spends much the evening dancing with her, and his close friend Mr. Darcy is less pleased with the evening and hardly refuses to dance with Elizabeth. But however, Mr. Darcy finds himself increasingly attracted to Elizabeth's charm and intelligence. Okay, I think enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, my name is Wada Hesran. Now I will present part of them. When Elizabeth and Jane return home, they find Mr. Collins visiting their household. Mr. Collins is a young clergyman who stands to inherit Mr. Bennet's property, which has been entailed, meaning that it can only be passed down to male heirs. Mr. Collins is a pompous fool, though he is quite enthralled by the Bennet girls. Shortly after his arrival, he makes a proposal of marriage to Elizabeth. She turns him down, wounding his pride. Meanwhile, the Bennet girls have become friendly with militia officers stationed in nearby town. Among them is Switcham, an handsome young soldier who is friendly toward Elizabeth and tells her how Darcy Swansea cheated him out of an inheritance. At the beginning of winter, the Bingleys and Darcy leave Netherfield and return to London, much to Jane's dismay. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
That spring, Elizabeth visited Charlotte, who now lives near the home of Mr. Collins' patron, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, who is also Darcy's aunt. Darcy calls on Lady Catherine and encounters Elizabeth, whose presence led him to make a number of visits to the Collins home. where she is staying. One day he makes a solemn proposal of marriage, which Elizabeth quickly refuses. She tells Darcy that she considers him arrogant and obstinate, that scolded him for steering Bingley away from Jane and disinheriting Wickham. Darcy leaves her, but shortly thereafter delivers a letter to her. In this letter, he admits that he urged Bingley to distance himself from Jane, but claims he did so only because he thought their romance was not serious. As for Wickham, he informs Elizabeth that the young officer is a liar and that the real cause of their disagreement was Wickham's attempt to elope with his young sister, Georgina Darcy. This letter caused Elizabeth to reveal her feelings about Darcy. She returns home and acts coldly toward Wickham. The millet is leaving town, which makes the younger Rutherman crazy beneath girls' distraught. Lady managed to obtain permission from her father to spend the summer with an old colonel in Brighton, where Wickham Regiment will be stationed. With the arrival of Jane, Elizabeth goes on another journey, this time with the Gardiners, who are relatives of the Bennets. The trip takes her to the north and eventually to the neighborhood of Pemberley, Darcy Estate. She visits Pemberley after making sure that Darcy is away and the lake is the building and courts, while hearing from Darcy's sovereign that he is a wonderful, generous master.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Teguh and I'd like to review the novel called Pride and Prejudice. Shortly thereafter, however, a letter arrives from home telling Elizabeth that Lydia has eloped with Wickham, and that the couple is nowhere to be found, which suggests that they may be living together out of wedlock. Fearful of disgrace, such a situation will bring on her entire family, Elizabeth hastens home. Mr. Gardiner and Mr. Bennet go off to search for Lydia, but Mr. Bennet eventually returns home empty-handed. Now married, Wickham and Lydia return to Longbourn briefly, where Mr. Bennet treats them coldly. They can depart from Wickham's new assignment in the north of England. Shortly thereafter, Bingley returns to Netherfield and resumes his courtship of Jane. Darcy goes to stay with him and pays visits to the Bennets, but makes no mention of his desire to marry Elizabeth. Bingley, on another hand, presses his suit and proposes to Jane, to the delight of everyone but Bingley's haughty sister. I think it's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Vita Aulia and now I'm going to present about theme and character of this novel. So theme of this novel is about love, and the character of this novel, there are 6. The first one is Elizabeth or Lizzie. Elizabeth or Lizzie is careful, care for family, innocent, and like to talk as it is. Jane is good person, easy to like someone, prejudiced well towards other, never complained, sincere, and like to praise. And the next one is Darcy. Darcy is a little arrogant, annoying, indifferent, kind, polite, caring, and willing to sacrifice for the people he loves. And the next one is Bingley or Charles. So Bingley or Charles is polite, fun, careful, and friendly. And the next one is William Collins. William Collins is overconfident and acting heroic. And the last one is Wickham. Wickham is reckless, wasteful, dishonest, but sometimes fun, and several other supporting roles. I think enough, and thank you so much. The last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hardianti. Well, now I want to present our material about style. Well, this novel is told from the point of view of Elizabeth Bennet. Jane Austen encouraged her readers to follow the story from Elizabeth's point of view, which was filled with a variety of prejudice and misunderstanding. Her feelings, her, her feeling when reading the letter was difficult to describe, although surprised. At first, Elizabeth thought Mr. Darcy will apologize, then she suspected Mr. Darcy could not give any explanation without feeling ashamed, with a thick prejudice against anything that would be revealed by that man. Elizabeth began to read her explanation of what happened at Netherfield, and from there Elizabeth looked and prejudiced against Mr. Darcy that Mr. Darcy will not be able to provide an explanation of the misunderstanding that occurred. But in fact, Mr. Darcy explained everything by letter. Well, I think enough. I think enough for me. Thank you.
Well, language style in this novel is Pride and Prejudice use language style in the form of narrative or storytelling techniques that speak directly and freely. The point is that there is freedom of speech for each character, not only words that are actually spoken but also words that symbolize the character's strokes of the way the character thinks or speaks if they is thinking or speaking. And moral of the story in this novel is don't be too easy prejudiced toward others. Don't be too easy to believe what people say by others. Honesty is a good attitude so it doesn't cause prejudice. Don't brag too much about your wealth. Communication and mutual respect are two things that are very important, especially in the relationship between parents and children. Parents always want the best for their children, even though sometimes it raises differences of opinion between the two, parents and children. So, from the mutual respect and understanding of each other is very important. Whenever, wherever, and whatever our position, be kind and friendly to others. Don't just look at people from the outside, but also understand the true nature of that person. I think that's all for our presentation. I close by I close my speech by saying wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.